Good evening and welcome back to the Metro Detroit Poker Series. I am your host, Terry Prince. With me today, multiple-time champion Rich Gordon.
Hello, everybody.
We bring to you the 2023 Spring Poker Open. This is our annual Rebuy event. We had 52 players in this one with a whopping 28 rebuys and 47 add-ons and a $7,865 prize pool.
Big old prize pool.
Yep. This is typically our highest prize pool of the season. We start out our final table with our players seated in seat number 1, Walt Marks. Seat number 2 is Pat Miller. In seat number 3, Corey McCumsey. Seat number 4, Joe King. He's not joking. In seat number 5, our paper product supplier, Ken Moore. Seat number 6, Don Johnson. Seat number 7, the short stack specialist, Gary Gualtieri. Seat number 8, Mark Aller. Seat number 9, Mickey Bondi. And in seat number 10, Greg Carrico.
That's a tough table.
They're all tough tables.
Yeah, really.
Here's our chip count starting the final table. Mark way out in front with 160,000. He's got almost 50,000 chip lead on Corey. Don Johnson's got his work cut out for him at 35, and you can see the
good middle.
Bottom 4 only separated by 10,000 chips. But Mark way out in front.
Moves will be made pretty quick here for these guys at the bottom.
As usual, we bring you hand number 1, the first hand of the final table. Joe will be first to act. Looks down at King 10.
Looks really nice.
Yep, under the gun though, what's he going to do? He gets in for a raise of 12,000 chips.
It's creative.
Folds around to Mark, who folds. Mickey folds. Greg throws away pocket 5s.
Tight for the first hand of the table here.
He's in the cutoff spots.
Yeah. See if he defends.
Corey looks down at Queen Jack offsuit. And he's thinking.
What's he need? 8,000 on top?
Yep, we're at 244 blinds. He's reaching for chips.
Is it going to be a raise or a call?
I don't imagine he's going to raise here.
I wouldn't think.
He double checks his cards.
They're live.
And he does make the call for 8,000 more. We got a 30,000 chip pot going into this flop. Corey spikes a queen right in the window. And there's Greg's 5. We would have hit a set of 5s.
We got some flush draw out there.
Corey checks his top pair.
This will be interesting, I think.
Joe bets out 12K again.
Quick call coming. Is there a quick call with Corey?
No, I don't think there's anything quick with Corey. He's methodical. No derogatory. Yeah, no derogatory meant there. He's very methodical, but he does raise
consistently.
32,000, and Joe calls. 8 of hearts doesn't help anybody. Corey's got the lead 73% here. About 3-1 favorite to win this pot.
Stacks are fairly close, I believe it looks like. Maybe
Corey
Corey's got a little bit.
going in.
Yeah, he's got a little bit more than him.
Makes a blocker bet of 16,000. Joe makes the call.
Here it comes. Oh
3
boy!
of clubs gives Joe the flush, and
Wow.
Corey's like, "What did I just walk into now?" His top pair definitely got.
Joe had to take his glasses off to make sure that wasn't.
Top pair definitely doesn't look so good now. Corey bets out 10,000 with the blocker bet. Joe comes over the top. All in.
Oh, he's all in. Let's see here. You can go to commercial break if you want here.
Yeah, very, very
Right.
well could.
See what happens.
Corey's going to
He's
count out
already
some
touching
chips.
his chips here. We'll see. Quite a first hand we're having here.
Right out of the bat.
Wow.
You know, first hand of the final table. Corey was second in chips overall. So he's got Joe covered, but
some guys have lost interest here.
having the side conversation.
Yep. Mickey's like, let's go.
Walt's about to fall asleep. See number one. It's past his bedtime.
Oh, here's Terry to come and clean the stacks up here.
Getting a double check on the count. I think the count was off to start
Pretty
with.
important, actually. That's a big hand here.
No, it doesn't.
Corey's like, well, I'll have a few chips left to make this
You
call.
will.
25, 26. 26.
I mean, really,
Check him out.
I think his raise, his bet on the turn and on the flop and the turn weren't really high enough.
Wasn't scaring him out.
No, let Joe come along.
Yep.
Needed to bet that top pair a little harder, I think, on the
He's
flop.
got a good kicker, too. I mean, this is tough.
There's a straight out
Nowhere to
there,
ladder
too,
from here,
so
bud.
there's a straight draw out there,
Yeah.
too. So this is... there's a lot of ways to lose this pot. Corey's still thinking about it.
We knew he was going in the tank. He's going to call.
He puts the chips in and...
Bad news.
Gonna see the bad news.
Ugh. That hurts. That was a good hand.
All the chips go over to Joe, and we may have a new chip leader at this point.
They got it done it the same way.
That's a rough one. Yep, here's our revised chip count now as the blinds had gone up. Joe now way out, well, not way out in front, but
Took the lead.
took the lead with 188,000. Mark still has 160. Corey now down at the bottom with 32K. And the bottom five only separated by
Couple of
14,000.
tight players there at 3 and 4. Ken and Walt.
Fourth hand now, our blinds are up 3,000, 6,000, 6,000. That's 3,000 small, 6,000 big, and a 6,000 big blind ante.
Let's get Mickey in one of these hands. Ah,
Now we're Jack 4.
no.
Pat looked down at Dolly Parton 9-5, but threw it away.
Corey's going to send it.
Ships it with King 10.
Oddly enough. That's what he just lost on, right?
He had Queen. Well, he lost to
King.
King 10. He had Queen Jack.
Right.
Yeah. And Don calls all in for less with
Queen 10.
Queen 10.
Dominated.
Yeah, the chip count you saw was right after that last hand. There was a couple of hands that didn't make the video here that it happened in between. So Corey was not on the bottom anymore. He chipped up a little bit. Don had actually lost some chips. So Don is at risk here. Corey's got him covered barely.
We knew some moves were going to be made. Just chip stacks the way they were.
Yeah, this is the Rebuy event. There's a ton of chips at the table. Everybody here at the final table has made the money. Top 10 got paid out of this one. So here we go. We see Corey way out in front.
10, no help.
Well, they both hit the 10, but it doesn't help nothing.
Oh.
Case
Interesting.
10
I'm
right
all in.
there. No chop here. The king does play. Corey's going to knock out Don. Corey gets nearly a full double up, and Don's going to be our 10th place finisher. Gets $331 for his efforts. He actually had won the mystery bounty as well, I believe.
Not bad.
That's where the odd dollar came from.
Now the bounty, do you put money in for the rebuys also for the bounty, or
No,
is it
that's
just the initial?
off the initial buy
Yeah.
only. Yeah.
Okay.
Joe's looking down at Ace-5 offsuit.
Got ourselves a dealer now.
Gonna go for the wheel. folds.
Someone's always nice enough to deal the final table.
In a lot of cases, yep. If somebody's hanging around, Mark Urick's our usual designated dealer after college football season's over with.
Right.
Corey's been known to deal a final table or two. This is Ryan Wheathead dealing for us today.
27.
Joe had bet $18,000 on his ace-5, folded around to Mickey with queen-jack, who shoves for $45,000, and Joe makes the call. So we have a pot of just shy of 100,000 chips. Mickey at risk.
Couple of live cards.
And behind. 2-1. And an ace
Oh,
right in the window again. Oh, Mickey's got a straight draw, but it does not come in.
Nope. It'll do it.
Joe takes down that pot of 99,000 chips, and Mickey goes out in ninth place for $180.
It's a bummer. I like watching Mickey play. You never know what he's going to do.
Mickey is a wild card for sure. Pat now looks down at King Deuce and them up. Corey, a couple of diamonds, Jack 8.
So Corey's stack going up a little bit. Since he took it on that one hand. Joe's got a good stack. Let's see here. It's not a flush yet, Corey.
Under the gun +1, he throws it away.
Yep.
Folds around to Gary with ace-7 offsuit.
Not a ton of chips.
From the hijack, lets it go. Over to Greg in the small blind with ace-8 offsuit. Walt checks his big blind option with 8-4 of hearts.
Power hand for Walt.
Walt's only got one live card too, it's a 4. Oh, this is going to get interesting. King 10, 8 flop, rainbow. Both of them spike their 8. Greg goes all in for 23,000.
Apparently,
No way he's gone.
No, I think Walt can easily get away from this bottom pair with a horrible kicker.
He won't like it.
No, he's a 10-1 dog here. Drawing basically to the couple of 4s that are left in the deck.
What's he reaching for? A little Hollywooding?
Corey's saying, I had 2 chips left. That's, I think, what he would have had if he had lost to Don. He would have had 2,000 on chips left.
Yep.
And now he's built a stack there. He's got some blues in it and some yellows.
I like to collect the blue ones.
Yeah, the blue ones are pretty. Walt does finally let his bottom pair go. Good move, Walt.
Yep.
Corey first to act under the gun with ace-jack of spades.
Need a substantial raise here in front of everybody, huh?
Makes it
Ooh, right
20,000
behind
to go. And Joe, king-queen
Oh
offsuit.
yeah, he's gonna come along for sure.
Joe does make the call.
I didn't play too much against Joe, have you?
Not a lot, but I have a couple of times.
Now, is he from the Fish and Chips guys? Or is he from around
No,
here?
he was referred to from around here.
Okay.
Look at this. Pat looks down at 2 black 10s, pocket 10s from the small blind, goes all in for 42,000. Corey comes all in behind with his ace-jack.
You won't have to think about that one.
Joe's like,
Gotta go.
yep, out of the way, throws him away. So we're going to have the classic race here. 2 overs versus pocket 10s.
Good luck all in.
Pat is at risk. 113,000 in this pot for the winner. 8-9-7 gives the straight draw. Corey needs the 10 to come off for him straight. He pulled the jack in the river. That makes the straight for Pat, so it was not a good card for Corey. So Pat takes down that big pot. You see, he breathes a sigh of relief there. Wow, that was not the card Corey wanted to see. Corey wanted Pat to hit his set. That would have given Corey a straight.
Nice when it happens to you, I guess. That's fine.
Speaking of tens, here we are again. This time 2 red tens for Greg. He's reaching for chips and looking up at the monitor. What's the blinds
Right.
at? What's the blinds at right now? So Greg puts 15,000 in as his bet. And Walt comes over the top all in 62,000 with ace queen offsuit. Folds over to Corey with 6-3. I'm pretty sure he's not calling.
Really don't like to play all in with ace queen. I'd rather have the tens, I think.
Well, the tens do go all in for less with 41,000. So Greg's going to be at risk here. Again, we got a race. 2 overs versus pocket pair.
Maybe if a queen comes up, you'd like it.
As they flip them over to show each other the bad news and good news, depending on how you look at it. Jack 6-9, 2 hearts.
We straighten.
King
He needs one of his tens.
8. No help for the ace queen. Greg's going to take a double up through Walt.
$96,000.
Big pots going all over on this table.
Man, for $6,000, the big blind, that's a big pot.
Gary Queen 9 offsuit.
They've
gone into the book.
He does say that. I'm surprised he told me to come back.
I used to play online poker and I went to come in the room and like 2 hands later I was like,
Cool.
I was dead.
Folds all
My
around.
wife is a crash team. Oh yeah. I could be doing great. She's
Corey on the button.
Come on, Pat, it was suited.
So folds. Joe, ace deuce offsuit.
I don't know. I got kicked out.
Small blind.
I went to the bar. I knew
Coming
friends.
along,
We created my own fun.
maybe raising.
First time I went to Vegas for the World Series, my wife came with me and I
Raises to 18,000. 3x raise.
Good guess.
Ken looks down at ace 10. Whoops.
Uh-oh. It's all going in.
doing the third
I don't
honeymoon.
know if it's all going in, but it's,
How much
I'd
does he
say
have
it's-
over there? He's got quite a few chips, doesn't he? But
I'd say there's a re-raise coming here.
Yeah.
You're re-raising?
Joe's got a stack.
Call, call.
Oh yeah, Joe's a chip leader.
Yep.
Ken's stacking up chips.
Just gonna call.
Nope, makes the raise to 45,000.
All right, boy.
Definitely pops it up. Joe not going anywhere with his big stack. Calls the 27K, and we got a big pot again. 96,000 in the middle.
Ken making it so he can still get away from it. You think?
And ace 8 jack. They both hit an ace.
Uh-oh.
Joe instantly bets 35,000.
He's not getting away from this.
Ken looks down. Well, I've only got this much left. Puts it all in. 25K. So
Show him the good news.
Ken at risk, but Joe drawing very thin.
Gonna need a deuce.
That's a 6 and a queen. No deuce. So Ken gonna take a double up. 146,000 chips.
Not bad.
Joe takes a serious dent to his stack.
Hopefully Mark doesn't fall asleep here. He hasn't played.
He's nodding his head over.
Yeah.
Yep. Pat got ace king. Big slick. Raises 16,000. Oh,
Ooh.
Ken. Also big slick. Neither one are suited.
No. Even Steven.
Odds of a chop, very good here.
16 all day.
What's the betting gonna be? That's the only question we have now, right?
Raise call 16 first.
Let's see.
Looks like Ken's gonna raise.
Yeah, everybody's raising. So
See some baby blues out there. No.
Yeah, he's
Maybe
counting
one.
out chips. He raises to 41,000.
45 on top.
Decision making bet right there.
Pat comes over the top
Yeah,
all in for
yeah.
116,000.
I didn't think he'd go away.
And Ken's got a decision now, so
169,000 chips in there.
A raise, a 3-bet, and a 4-bet, both with ace king.
Wow. And, everybody else watching the fireworks show?
Ken's got to decide whether he wants to call that all in.
75 more.
You gonna fold that?
Nope, he does make the call.
Yeah.
Kind of faked us out a little bit, but he was going to turn them up. Makes the call. They're both all in. Pat's at risk, and they each have a 1% chance to actually win it outright. Uh-oh, a couple of clubs. Nope, now we got a chance.
Oh, so uneventful.
Pretty uneventful in the end, but the betting was very exciting.
All right, a lot of chips in there.
All they did was split each other's chips up. Walt looks down at pocket fours and goes all in for 21,000, but he just ran into.
Somebody's got the big ones.
Ran into American Airlines. Walt's got the fake aces. Pat's got the real ones.
I thought they were aces.
So Pat comes over the top, makes a raise for 61,000.
Pot's now 97,000.
Little isolation.
Doesn't take long before they get up to 100,000.
Oh my.
Jeez.
Not when you keep having 3 bets and 4 bets.
And pairs help, I guess.
No, nobody else makes the call, so Walt and Pat are in the pot. Walt's all in at risk, 57,000.
See if Walt can spike a 4 here.
But aces versus 4s.
Ooh, all around it.
Yep, 7 for a straight.
9,
not it.
Deuce,
Not
no
it
help.
either.
Oh.
Walt goes out in 8th place, $205.
Not bad. I'd take it. A lot of craziness happens in this tournament, to say the least.
Especially in the first 3 levels, where
Yeah.
it's unlimited rebuys.
You just need the first hands. Gary splashes it all in.
16,000 with King Jack offsuit.
Looks like we're going to see Mark play then.
I'm hoping that
Finally comes down to the hand, pocket 10s. Those
What
10s
do
have
you
been
do?
popular.
Yeah, you got a raise right here, right?
Oh yeah, you gotta isolate.
tonight was just so my fault. So stupid.
He does raise, makes it 32,000 to go.
Ace queen for Pat. Oh boy.
Could get exciting here.
Still got a couple players behind him. With some chips.
He does make the call with ace queen.
Could go either way on that there, huh? He could come over the top again. I don't know about ace queen, but some would, yeah.
I got at least 31 grand.
They are suited.
Everybody else gets out of the way, so we're gonna have 3-way action. Gary's at risk. All in.
Good luck to the Birdman.
Gonna have a 32,000 chip side pot between Mark and
I counted it
Pat.
3 times before I came up with 6 grand. Julie, what is wrong with you?
Alright. See the flop.
3 players.
Like I said earlier, Gary's at risk, all in.
Low.
2, 4, 5, 2 spades. And Mark
2 players still in here.
goes all
Sends it.
over the top, all in with his pair of 10s.
Chase Pat out. It was a good play.
Pat reluctantly folds, but Mark definitely had the better hand there, so he shows it. Yep, I had a real hand. So
Yep.
takes down his 32,000. He got his rebate back basically. So he's free rolling his hand now.
He has a change.
Oh, king
King.
for Gary, and another king for Gary.
He is.
Didn't need it, but he still got it.
Gary's happy about it.
Pumped. Good job.
Tell him your strategy must work.
Runner, king. So Gary triples up.
I think the other players might have been betting against him right there.
Yeah. Blinds are up now again. 5,000, 10,000 with a 10,000 big blind ante. So I had a little jump
Gary
there.
with a king 4. Shoot in the muck.
There they go. Mark 10-9.
Miami dealer's toy cans down here.
A7 for Greg. Hammer for Pat. All in the muck. Corey with 3-6 again. That's the second or third time he's had that same hand.
Right, who hasn't played in a while here?
Joe's got Motown, Jackson 5. Ken looks down at Ace 5.
Do summertime cash game.
Raises the 30.
Battle of the Blinds? Is this what this is?
Yes, it is.
Everybody
Joe
does.
calls the 20,000 chip raise, so here we go. Blind on blind action. Jack, King, Queen 10. They both check it.
Check.
Another Jack for Joe. Got trips
He's gonna
now.
bet out on it. 25,000 is it?
20,000.
20,000?
Yep. And Ken immediately gets rid of it.
Yep. Good fold. Comes next hand. Pat stares at some Cowboys.
Pocket Kings.
It's early too. What do we do here?
Under the gun. Raises
Raises
to
it up.
26.
I don't know.
Corey looks to hunt at pocket nines and shoves it for 80,000.
I think Pat's got to shove the whole deal right there, don't you think? How many chips does he have? Can't really see him. He's got some yellow ones.
He does make the call, so
Let's see what happens here.
54,000 chip to call.
My favorite hand twice. King 9, King 9.
Corey's at risk.
King.
And a king. Corey's in bad
Full
shape.
house. That's
and
it.
out. Yep.
2 full houses.
Corey's got the 3 pair.
Extra.
3 pair does not beat a set of kings, actually.
First time in my life I
So Corey's going to be our 7th place finisher, out with $240 for his efforts.
We can do live.
Not bad, depending on how many buy-ins you have put in.
Yeah, there's some people that play in this Rebuy tournament that have to get in like the top 4 just to get their money back.
Give you a little incentive early.
Right? Although the money that's in this pot, $7,000 plus, you don't got to make the top 4, but
It's a good one to shoot for if you're going to spend some money. Joe with the 6 deuce. Raise from Ken with a 10-7 offsuit.
this is the blind on blind action again. They were both in the blinds, so here we go with 2 ugly hands. Joe's got a flush draw, not very
See the
good,
continuation with the razor?
but it works.
Did he raise on that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ken
90
goes-
grand in there right now.
Ken bets out again, 20,000. Joe makes the call.
Oh, flush draw's going to bring him along. Oh, 6.
Joe picks up a pair.
Takes the lead.
They both check this time around.
Come on, Ken, you can't shut down now.
Yeah, 8 of
Yeah,
diamonds.
the only way you're going to win it, he's not going
Joe
anywhere.
checked at 20,000, not enough.
he
Joe makes the call. and
wasn't
wins
going
this
anywhere for
pot.
20.
Wins the pot, 150,000.
Nice pot.
29 hands into this final table. We've lost 3 players. We're down to 7-handed.
5, 10, 10. Big blind Annie.
Folds around to Gary on the button with ace 4 offsuit.
but it just being later in the summer.
Gary can watch it go around again if he wants.
There's got to be a raise coming here. Raise all in. 38,000.
Thinks the ace is good enough.
7-5 into the muck from Mark.
Yeah.
Greg looks down at Jack 9.
Thinking about it.
He's already
Nervously thinking about it.
already in for 10, so how about another 28,000?
28
Just to put somebody out. So he's,
Right? So
Yeah.
there's equity there, but Jack 9.
you know you probably have live cards with a Jack 9.
Is this a button raise? Is he got a hand?
Counting him out. See what he's going to do here.
Edward fans all day. Hit one time.
Nothing yet.
He does make the call. 28,000 into the middle. Gary's going to be at risk.
Good luck again. 91,000 in the middle.
Tell me how it is.
I've had that hand 100 times. 100 times.
Pretty close to a
Yeah,
split.
right.
Is that the one where you keep looking at the 4 first?
6, 4, 3, 2 spades.
It's a 4.
Gary gets a 4.
King, no help.
And a deuce. Gary's going to win that pot.
Not bad.
Pair of
No
fours.
fist pump on this one.
Gary looked down at 10-9 offsuit.
6 players left.
No, still 7.
7.
Oh, it is 6. We
Yep,
lost,
6.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah, we're at 6-handed. I said 7-handed earlier. We're 6-handed. Walt went out in
Yep.
7th. Corey went out 7th. Walt went out in 8th. Something like that.
Yep.
Pat looks down at King Queen. Raises to 27,000. Ken's got speed limit. Pocket 5s.
It's coming in.
Over the top for 89,000.
Is that the whole ball of wax?
That's all of it.
Ken's getting tired. That's what it is.
Past his
He's
bedtime.
getting sleepy. Yep.
Pat's got to think, what am I doing? What did I get myself into?
Walt's probably toe tapping in the background. That's probably his ride.
And Pat's still thinking.
He's got enough chips to think about it. It's coming.
He does finally
Yep.
make the call. It's 62,000 more in.
2 overs. Good luck to the all-in, Ken.
5s versus King Queen.
Somebody's favorite hand. I don't know who that would be.
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. 6, 7, 10.
No king, no queen. He needs a king or a queen.
We're running straight cards.
Yeah. No tie. No
There's
ace.
one of
Yep.
But not the other. Ken's in pocket 5s does take this down for 193,000 chip double up.
Doubler.
One and only time I was rooting for you tonight.
Hand 33
I'm
now.
at the table right now.
Still 6-handed.
Still 5, 10, 10.
Jack 9 for Mark into the muck. Another 6-3. This time Greg's got it and folds that. Joe on the button with 10-3 clubs. Debating. Folds it.
Gary helping Ken. Thank you,
Yeah.
Gary.
Can overbet the small blind. But now
I'll put it back out there.
King 10 makes the call.
He can feel it.
Gary checks Jack 6 diamonds. More blind on blind action, but Ken's 2-1 out. Whoa.
Oh, boy.
Hello there. Couple of
Easy,
kings.
big fella.
Checks it all the way down. Check. Jack for Gary now picked up a pair. Ken bets out just a small 10,000 chip.
Jack, can you help him out there?
Gary makes the call on that uber value bet.
Right into it.
They took you right
It's like a
to
guaranteed
that.
value bet.
I knew you
Remember?
did.
Do you remember 20 minutes?
All right, first act. Pat looks down at 2-3.
before she-
Queen 6 for Joe into the muck. Lots of bad hands.
Easy ones to fold.
Gary on the button with King 5 offsuit.
Oh, come on, Gary. You can raise with that.
Jack deuce for Mark on the small blind. Alright, Mark makes the call. And Greg goes all in over the top. The graphic was wrong. Mark did not go all in first. Greg did. But Mark did call him.
He had more chips.
Yeah, so Mark has Greg well covered. Greg only had 9,000 chips more, so the flop pot's 53,000. Greg's at risk with ace 10 of hearts.
The head so far.
Yeah, I'm
Gets an ace.
Yep. Caught an ace.
Not many ways out.
Yeah, caught a couple aces.
No ways out.
That's going to take
That's
care
it.
of that business. Greg Greg takes that down with a triple up or double up plus.
Good hand.
Tournament. High Street and the Lodge and Hustler and Aria.
Ken folds
Pokemon.
queen 8.
Blind still 5, 10, 10. Annie being
Gary
10.
looks down at pocket 9s. I think a raise forthcoming here.
Yeah, that is a Julie.
That many.
Raises it to 34,000.
That is 100% Julie.
I see Julie in the background. She said, "It's totally a bet I would make."
Mark wakes up with some hooks. See what his play is. Being there's
Pocket jacks and a raise in front of you.
3 behind you.
Or double up.
Gotta pop it pretty good, I would think.
Isolation move forthcoming.
All in.
Yep. Says all in.
You gonna say 60 grand? I
Pat,
don't know how much he has.
pocket 3s.
See, we were just talking about that.
I know you got a bigger pair than me, but I'm gonna hit a set, so it's okay.
Should get us down to 2.
Yep. So here we are, jacks versus 9s.
That's okay.
So if Gary can fade another all in.
137,000 pot. Gary at risk.
So give Mark a big boost if he wins this.
Gary needs a 9.
I knew that was
Does not catch. 8, 7, ace. Deuce.
There you do.
And on the river,
Oh my
And a
god.
deuce.
Calling
He
Jack
does
9,
not
but
catch
you're
a
not
9.
playing your 8.
Fourth place finisher, or sixth place finisher, I'm sorry, $404 for his effort. Greg's looked down at pocket 6s. It's been a pretty action level here.
has. Got a lot of good hands out of it.
Down to 5-handed now. Pocket 6s are pretty good.
Comes the Razy Daisy.
All in for 43,000. Pat's got king queen offsuit. Another pretty good hand, 5-handed.
Gonna have to try to isolate though.
Definitely.
It's one or the other.
Definitely not going away.
No. Can't really call. I mean, you could.
It is an option.
Oh, getting money from you.
It's like going away is also an option. It's going away.
Players left.
I say he's putting in a raise now.
He does go away.
Wow.
Ooh, and it's a good thing he did. Joe, with American Airlines.
Good timing on that, eh?
The money or you win it.
Joe goes all in. Isolation move.
And with the 10 something.
I have to go play in $1,000 tournament.
Well, the isolation move gets Ken and Mark out of the way, so Joe and Greg are going to go at it. And Greg's
sees
in
the
bad
bad
shape.
news.
6s versus aces. 11,000 in the pot.
What's on the flop
Here's
here?
our flop.
Easy to get to your weekend.
3
Good.
deuce jack.
I can lay out by a pool all day long.
Running straight.
Oh, there's a 6.
That helps a bunch.
Yep, there's a 6. And a
Wow.
10. Greg catches a set of 6s as 2 outer hits.
I haven't seen too many hands like that.
So here is our revised chip counts now. Mark out in the lead with 225K. Ken right on his tail, 213. Joe and Greg still in the mix. Pat way behind now, 47,000. He's going to have to make a move here pretty soon.
It's easy to play Pat stack, right?
He's only got 3 bigs is essentially what it is, because the
That's what I'm
blinds
saying.
went
It's-
up.
Plays itself.
7, 15, and 15 now, so he's got 3 big blinds. Yeah,
He's in the big blind,
it's
is he?
shove or fold mode. Joe looks down at pocket 6s from under the gun. Ken's got ace jack.
You're gonna see
Cut
some
off.
fireworks here.
Yep. Mark's got pocket 7s and folds those right away.
It's a big fold right there.
Greg looks down at ace king.
Man,
Everybody's
something for
got
everybody.
Everybody's got a hand in this level at this table. Ken went all in. Joe re-raised
We have another all in.
from under the gun.
Everything
And
front.
Greg comes over the top, all in.
Pat's got a jack 10. You can get rid of that.
Yep. So here we go.
Guarantee a 7 comes in the window.
What's up with Joe? Joe's going to fold his pocket 6s. which is naturally the only thing really to do there. So we got Ace King versus Ace Jack. Ken's at risk with his Ace Jack.
That's common.
Corey, they weren't helping before.
So the first all in for him? Oh, he's been all in before, hasn't he? I don't think it was
There it is.
called though.
Jack, boom.
3-7-3.
7?
Yeah. Did we say something about a 7 coming off? Mark, you shouldn't have folded your 7s. 7s would have been a flop to full house.
He only would have known.
As it
Still a good
is,
fold.
Greg takes that down, and he had just enough chips to cover Ken, so Ken goes out in fifth place.
I'll take it.
Now down to four-handed.
7, 15, 15.
Now there comes the crappy hands. 6-4, 7 deuce. All the good hands are on the last hand. 6-5 for Pat. But Pat's
Small
low on
blind.
chips.
It's all shooting.
Yep, into the middle they go.
Can
Joe's
have
got
my big blind.
King 7 of spades.
Is it calling?
Yeah, he makes the
Yeah.
call. There's
not too many in there.
nothing in the pot. Pat at risk here.
60-30.
A 2-1 dog. 2 live cards.
Yeah, that's such a low board. The other one.
6, 7, 8. They both catch a
7.
pair. They both catch a
Straight
pair.
draw.
Pat gets his 6s, but Joe catches 7s.
10.
The 7s are going to hold on to win it.
Yep.
Pat's going to send the rest of his chips over to Joe, and Pat's our fourth place finisher, $545.
Good tournament.
Pat's a solid player. He does well. He's made several final tables, makes
Yep.
some good cashes.
One to watch out for sure.
There's Mark with the pocket 5s again. We've seen those a few times this table.
Should put those on your license plate.
Jeez, that's a good idea. I should do that. Mark raises to 40,000 with his pocket 5s. Greg looks down at pocket 6s.
Wow.
And he's had good luck with those pocket 6s.
He's got a stack of chips now, boy.
Turned a set when he was at risk with them, so
That's a pretty good comeback from where he was at.
he calls for 25,000 more. We're going to see a flop, 5s versus 6s. And right in the window, he
Man.
flops another set.
I think his 5s are still good. He's going to peel some off here.
And Mark's going to see where he's at, but
Going for the baby blues.
where he's at is in really bad shape.
25,000 is it?
30,000.
30,000?
Greg with the bottom set
You got to just call.
makes the call.
Let him hang himself.
You're gonna
Not
bet
literally.
If you're going to bet into me, I will let you continue to do so.
Yep.
Jack of diamonds. That might slow things down now. We got it straight out there. Yep, Mark checks now.
Check it.
Straight and flush draw now.
No, he's not going to check it. See ya.
That's 60,000. Mark makes a brief effort for chips and then throws the cards away.
Got to defend that a little bit.
Gamble on football.
I'm glad I think it would be. I'm gonna
50 hands into this final table now. Greg looks down at King 7 of diamonds from the button.
say if you were to go on
3 players now.
3 players.
There's that.
Joe with
You guys
Jack 9 of clubs.
Looks really nice.
Nice call. Mark with
Suited up.
8 deuce of diamonds.
On the short stack.
Checks it.
And he was all up in. They booted him up.
See if you can spike something. Nope.
Well, Joe spiked a pair of jacks.
Yep.
You think they're gonna do a bunch of rookie kids?
Reaches for chips and
Out the way fast.
Mark just insta-mucks.
And 52.
That's a nice hand there, Mark. Pocket aces. Shoves
Now
for the
wishing
button.
he had more chips.
36.
Greg folds a 7-4. Joe's got King Queen.
Coming in.
Makes the call for 21,000 more.
Good luck to the all-in, Mark.
Let's see.
And 9.
Mark is way ahead.
Made the podium already.
Here we go. Joe's just having a good time. 2-3-3 is not good for King Queen.
Deadsville.
Yep, there's the ace.
Wow. Look at you say, why do I have more chips?
We already paid it out.
This never happens when I have a big stack of chips.
Yeah, right.
He's got about 90-some thousand now.
Yeah, he's getting there.
But he's got to
Doyle Brunson.
put 30,000 of them in the pot. So
Yeah.
in the big
They
blind.
get chased out.
Joe with big lick. 6-9 offsuit. Calls from the small blind. Mark checks his
Checks
big
it.
blind option.
Coming the flop.
Queen 10-7, 2 spades.
I can shuffle for you guys.
Check,
all the
check.
time if you want.
No, they shuffle their own.
Another 10
Another
doesn't
10.
help.
Oh, he shuffles. He
First bet wins.
That's what happened.
They shuffle their own.
Worst
thing.
hand made the bet. Got paid.
Two more back.
Still 3 players left. And Mark on the short stack.
There's those fives again.
And a bit of ongoing theme here with the fives.
Is that like the motto of the poker club?
I think it is. Must be showing through. Jack 10 suited. Joe likes the looks of that.
Greg raises the 60 and Joe makes the call.
135,000 in the middle. Comes the heat.
Ace 10-9. Joe gets a pair of 10s now. Middle pair. Greg checks pocket fives.
And the way you're going to win that one is betting.
Joe bets all in and Greg's like, I checked, I'm telling you, I checked. He finally makes the fold. Joe pulls that down. Mark with Jack Deuce. He's way short stacked now.
Whole ball of wax.
27,000 with a face card.
Yeah, you got to make sure you put them out in front of the camera so we can count those bad boys. I've been scolded a couple times myself.
Greg looks down at 9-4, makes the call from the big blind.
I need to worry about playing poker, not where my chips are going to stack.
69,000 in the middle, mark at risk, but out ahead. Ace, Queen, King,
No help for the 9-4.
8,
Ooh, close.
and a 3. So Mark picks this win up with Jack high.
He lives.
Mark on the button. Looks down at 9-3, says no thank you. Ace 4 for Greg from the small blind.
30,000 stings on that big blind ante, doesn't it?
Greg raises the 40,000. Joe looks down at pocket deuces. The ace high killer.
See if it's an ace rag killer.
Makes the call. Here we go. King,
So
9,
far.
6, 2 diamonds. Greg checks, pocket deuces, bet out 40,000.
Joe's checking.
Yep, and there goes the ace high,
Checking to see if those twos are good.
which
And
they are. And 59. Getting up there. Pocket eights for Greg. Snowman.
Blinds should be going up soon from the looks of Mark's face.
Greg shoves with his eights. Joe's got 9 deuce in the small blind. That's in the
Gonna
mud.
fold that up.
Mark calls all in with ace 9 offsuit.
Racing.
Yep. Pocket eights, 2 overcards.
Here comes the flop.
An 8 in the window
And
right
an ace,
away,
too.
and an ace.
The little sweat.
But that's a lot of sweat because Mark was drawing a runner, so that's no good.
No.
Yep. Mark needed runner.
I shuffled these.
Not going to come. Third place, $790.
That's a nice payout right there.
I
It's
got
up.
confused here. I got confused. Big blind quick bet.
I don't usually try to have it.
9-4 versus Queen 10 of hearts.
Every every
Joe's got a pretty good stack still.
Raise the 40,000.
Greg has a good stack.
every 2 or 3 years it ends
Makes a call for 25 more.
Being the chip leader.
See a flop.
all depends on how the calendar falls.
95,000 in the middle.
10-5-3. Greg hits a pair of tens.
Is Joe gonna bluff at it?
He does take a shot. 40,000.
It's a pretty good bet. I don't think it's gonna get anywhere, but
That with top pair and a good kicker.
it's a good checker bet. Check to see if they're good, but well, Greg might come over the top here.
I would think that check raises in order here. Two
I mean, I
spades
don't-
on the
yeah, I
board,
don't wanna
two
see any
straight
more
cards. I
cards.
don't want to see any more cards, exactly. And he goes all in over the top.
And a quick fold.
Yep.
Good hand. Well played.
Oh no, I want the picture.
And number 62.
Yep, you can flip them over.
This is our final hand. They've made a deal.
Faded.
So Joe is all in at that risk.
See who takes the trophy.
Ace 8. King high still good. Another 8. King high still good.
For the tie,
And a 6 is not going to help Joe.
King wins.
Joe and our second place finisher, $1,400. Greg Carrico, our champion today,
Nice work, Greg.
$1,745. There's our final results. Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks, everybody.
For Rich Gordon, I'm Terry Prince. Have a good night.
It's been fun.